How we doing, guys? So, the first Omen, new horror film, it's a prequel to the 1976 movie that's just called The Omen. I'm going to be reviewing both real quick for you right now. And, guys, I actually think that this new one, the first Omen, is a little bit better than the original Omen, which is a solid film. So, the thing with Omen, with The Omen from 1976, is it is a unique horror movie in that the horror, everything that's going bad in the film, it's not a metaphor for anything. You know, the movie doesn't take sides. It doesn't take a viewpoint on the church, on religion. And just to fill you in, the movie is about a family who finds out that the child they're raising is actually the Antichrist. And then a lot of weird stuff starts happening around him. People are dying in freak accidents. Those are the highlight of the movie. And then they have to figure out, or really just the dad has to figure out what he is going to do. Now, like I said, the movie doesn't have any viewpoints. Is the church good? Are the priests good, or are they bad? At the beginning of the film, clearly, we see a priest manipulate our main guy into taking this child who is not theirs, and who the priest knows what's up. Okay, this is a bad priest, and he gives them the Antichrist, but they don't know. Now, later in the film, a different priest comes in with no explanation, and this guy, and the new priest comes in. He looks pretty similar to the old one, but it's a different guy, and he is now a good guy, and he's trying to help the dad, you know, kill his kid. I mean, that's what's going on in the movie, but he's a good priest. He's trying to stop the Antichrist. And I just was so interested in that throughout the movie, because I feel like in every horror film, the bad entity is a metaphor for something. You know, it's a metaphor for something. Even if that something is like just pure evil, which a lot of times it is. Like, think about The Exorcist, a good and evil struggle. And in that movie, the priests are clearly good. In The Omen, I don't know what they are. You know, I mean, I obviously the kid is evil, but if anything, the movie is just about the primal fear of raising a child. I don't know, and of not knowing what that kid is going to become. I mean, I suppose it's universal, but it just doesn't feel purposeful in the same way. Now, the thing about the first Omen that is different is that they explain everything. They explain everything about the priests, the bad priests, the good ones, that wasn't explained in the original film. And what we find out is that there is a large section within the church of these extremist clergy, nuns, bishops, there's a lot, priests, and they're trying to bring about the Antichrist for their reasons, and they have a reason that I won't give that away, but and so their method of doing that is just using all of these women that are at this abbey in Rome. Where the movie takes place. Great Roman setting, by the way. It looks nice. But the first Omen, the movie, takes a clear stance, and they say, not controversially, that women's bodies are being used by the system, by a system, by an institution. And that's what this movie is about. There's a lot of things that the individual characters are forced to do, that accounts for the horror. There's a dose of body horror in this, with involving the births and stuff like that. Not and stuff like that, literally involving the births. And it's like they could, it could not be any more clear in taking a stance on the world. And it's not saying that all religion is bad, because it's saying that this is just a sect of extremists, but it's a very large sect. And then the good priest is just a normal good priest who's trying to do the right thing. But anyways, I I appreciated how they went and explained everything, and it's a direct prequel, so it goes right up to the start of the old Omen movie, and they just explain everything. Sometimes it's almost too literal in the fact that they're just having the characters say it, like monologuing, just explaining the whole thing. So sometimes they go a little too far, but at least they include it. And what I would like to see from future films that are like this is similarly a commitment to a viewpoint. But as I think more of these are made, we're going to be able to get more specific with the viewpoints, because the first Omen, it has its thing, it has its women's rights stance. It's still very general, and it comes through clearly, but it's still, I think, general. And it's gonna. I think they're gonna get. I'm hoping that they're gonna get more specific as we get more movies like this. So that's the review. I would give the old Omen like a 2 star or a 2.5 star. It's a solid movie. The kills are the highlight. And then I'd give the new one. I'd give the new one like a 3. I'd give the first Omen a 3. It's got a great intensity. It's got mystery, and it's got a little bit of body horror. And it does it well. It does it well, for the most part. So, all right. Cheers, guys. I will see you in the next one.